Time for everybody's favorite type of sailing video, the one where you're sitting at the dock rolling and doing boat projects. I got here yesterday around 8 o'clock. There was no wind, so we didn't actually sail, which is fine. I just wanted to get it over here. And now that I have it here, I've got to set up all the lines properly. I've got to get chains put out. A bunch of people cheering, probably for me, for getting here without sinking this thing. Docking went surprisingly well. I failed to videotape that because I was too focused on not crashing into the dock. So you'll see future attempts and failures, I'm sure. But what we need to do right now for sure is to clean the bilge out. It's got a little bit of water in it, which is normal. You know, the prop shaft drips every 60 seconds, so I'm told by James of Sailing Tritea. That man's a godsend. I've had so many questions and fears and concerns that he has answered within minutes. I've never seen anyone who is clearly a busy content creator stop and answer Joe Schmo's questions. So absolutely thank him for that. But I need to drain it so I can clean it because the bilge pump is just layered in crap. I might actually just replace the pump altogether. We'll see how it works, how it looks. But first thing I'm going to do is get the sludge out, so we're going to use a wet dry vac for that. It's always something. It's a nice day though. It's only like 75 out. I've got the wind scoop going. Oh, I've got to fix it. The battens fell out of it, so it's just a floppy piece of cloth now. But it is still blowing wind in the hatch, and that matters a lot to me. The squelch isn't high enough apparently. So, right, beautiful day, projects, suck the water out, clean the sludge out, clean off the bilge pump, learn how to splice thimbles into my 12 strand, put that on the chains, double up lines for safety, run spring lines. That's all I can think of right now, but I'm sure I'll immediately remember something else as soon as I get home. But we can always come back. We're gonna come back. I love being here. Very excited. It's finally in the water. I'm finally here. It didn't sink as soon as we put it in the water. Hell yeah. Okay, not bad. Looks like maybe a ½ inch down there. I could figure out the math, I guess, on how much it should be coming in if it's normal. But I'll probably do that later, not now. Hopefully it's just the prop shaft. There is water up there underneath it, so that's going as it should, I guess. I have a float switch coming. I might honestly just buy a new pump because that thing is kind of ugly. But what are you gonna do? Till then, let's get it cleaned out. Got a clog somewhere. I heard it thump. You know what, that's dry enough to be cleaned out with rags, so we're gonna get the shop vac outside now, dump it, and we'll come back to wipe things. I'm gonna have to cut a wire tie, or I can maybe just pull this out. Yeah, okay, never mind. Just come right out. That's chunky. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to cut that. Look how rusted that screw is in there. That's not coming out very well. Yeah, not bad. Not perfect by any means, but you know what I didn't think about? If there's a proper way that these like disassemble, right? like the correct way to take it all apart. I'm gonna Google that after I've already done all this work. I feel real stupid whenever it was way easier than I'm letting myself think. God, that is goopy. Ow! Just stab myself in the back with the table leg. Oh, that is caked in there. There's a big piece of something. Alright, well, progress is progress. I just threw a piece of something just right back into the bilge. Maybe if it dries, I can like brush it and vacuum the rest of it up. That's what I'll do. I'm gonna let this air out, dry, hit it with the scrub brush, bust it all up into smaller pieces, and then just vacuum again. Give the vacuum time to dry out so I can put the bag back on it. Perfect. Let's do that. So I really wanted to make my own thimbled ropes here, right? And it was going pretty well, but it's a very old line, so I'm glad I was, I guess, essentially just practicing. The ends are way too frayed, which I should tape them, but even if I did, it is so hard. The lay of this line is so hard that I had to use a rigging knife, the Marlin spike, just to get even like halfway in there. And even with all of that, it's still kind of loose, so I might just need to buy a new line before I try and do this and use all of the old 3-strand I have as backup. But it was cool to learn. I know how to do it, I just can't successfully with these materials. So, I want that table, which is back there right now, to be a bed more than a table. If I'm not using it as a bed, I want it out of the way, because there's so much room here when it's not there. I don't need to grab it. You shouldn't grab it. You grab these. You grab this. You grab that. Who's texting me? Hang on. There was no text. It's a ghost. That's cool. Problem is, the poles that go into that and into the little peg that sticks up from the table have to be exactly this size in and out, because this goes into those holes, but the table goes into the pipe. So there's no deviation. So I have to have these made if I want 2 tables, because I have 2 tall boys, 1 short boy. I need 2 short boys. We're gonna make 2 short boys. Yup. Sleepover snacks, baby. Let's go. I'm gonna fuck it up. But it's cool, because I have 2 of the long poles. There's a second one somewhere. And I can literally, I think this is like... Nope, okay. So I get 2 shots at this. Measure twice, cut once, it'll be fine. Trying to do this. Oh, by the way, let me move the camera real quick. Pretty sure that's my depth sounder, like right here. It's damp around the edges of it, so I don't know. The boat's probably gonna sink. The boat will probably sink, knowing my luck. So we're gonna hope for the best on that. Do I have something I can use? It's like a level here. Oh yeah, just press against that, Jason. Come on now. All right. Here's my very professional way of measuring and knocking this out. Nope, that's not right. Let's do it from the pipe itself. Still too long. I might have to just use like an actual tool, like a common sense would dictate. Wait, hang on. Oh yeah, it's just rolling perfectly. Now here's where I'm a goober, right? Here's where I'm a big old goofy goober barnacle head. The Sharpie is going to rub right off of this pole. if I touch it, right? But here's the thing, that's fine. So I've got the mark, and actually now that I think about it, this is kind of loose. I just realized. We'll fix that too. I'll just take the hacksaw, butt this up against something so it's the same length, and then start the cut. And then once the cut starts, you've pretty much got it. And I've got a file I can, you know, perfect it if I need to. So we're fine. Excellent. Now that I've got that mark, I can test to see if there's enough for 2. There's not. All right, we get 2 shots at this. Let's go. All right, let's give this a go and try to not drop anything in the lake. If I had any sense, I'd run lines through all of this, but we're gonna risk it for the biscuit today. Oh yeah, I wanted to butt it up against something. It ain't gotta be perfect. It's a bed on a sailboat, right? Like, it'll be fine. I should be wearing gloves and safety gear. But I think we've at least got the mark. And I'll do this very exciting thing off camera to save you guys the boredom and time.
The weather got a little choppy, so I'm gonna have to hold off on finishing most of these projects until things clear up, but you'll see that in part 2. Thanks.